In Space Station 14, there are several types of cyborgs, and each of these cyborgs has different modules that can be made. Not all modules are round start though, and you can easily figure out what the modules are available by going to the guidebook, science, technologies, and then you can just filter by the word module. No module in the game is tier 3 at the moment, so you actually can theoretically research every single module in the game, and during a round, there's no like tier 3 module, so you will always be able to get any module you desire, even if your science department isn't going for tier 3 civilian, for example. Anyways, I have all of them laid out here, and they're all installed in each cyborg. The reason why you see 2 of these is because they actually have more modules than the other cyborgs, and you can't fit them inside. Each specialized Borg can fit 4 modules, so that means the service cyborg, salvage cyborg, medical cyborg, janitor cyborg, and engineer cyborg only can fit 4 modules. Then you have the generic cyborgs, which can fit 6, but they can only fit these gray or purple styled modules. Just before we even start, all cyborgs can install these modules here, but the modules next to the cyborgs can only be installed by their respective cyborgs. They're literally color coded, other than like the assault Borg. They just you match the color to the type of Borg, and in general, you could just kind of get an idea of which cyborg would be using what. Treatment stuff goes to a medical cyborg, so on and so forth. You make modules at Exosuit Fabricators, which is also where you make the cyborgs, but this is just about modules. They all cost pretty much the same, but there's a few variations. Advanced modules cost some gold. Some advanced modules cost extra steel and glass for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why not all advanced modules are the same. But just know at their most expensive, they cost 5 steel, 5 glass, 2.5 plastic, and half a gold. And at their cheapest, they cost 2.5 steel, glass, and plastic. Again, not entirely sure why they're all different. Like even the construction one costs more steel and glass, but doesn't cost a gold. But those are the materials you need, and you don't need many of them, so that's just something to keep in mind. We'll start off with the non-specialized cyborg, just a generic cyborg. First, we'll start with the tool module. The tool module is a crowbar, I crowbar the ground, a wrench, screwdriver, wire cutter, multi-tool, and a advanced industrial welding tool. So you can fix doors, you can hack doors, you can do basic repairs. It's mainly about fixing windows and doors because this doesn't give you the ability to build. Next, we'll move on to the Anomaly Cyborg module. The Anomaly Cyborg module gives you a anomaly scanner, anomaly locator, remote signaler, and a multi-tool. And yes, the locator and the locator is a special one. I believe it doesn't use any form of battery because otherwise you wouldn't be able to recharge it anyway. We'll move on to the cable module. This one's pretty simple. It's just 10 of each cable type, wire cutters, and T-ray scanners. So it lets you fix wires under the floor. There is the GPS module, and the only thing that this comes with, a GPS, a handheld mass scanner, which can be useful if you're like going for cargo. So this isn't just useful for generic Borgs, like this is pretty useful for salvage Borgs. And then there is a handheld station map. The artifact module comes with just a node scanner, so yeah, that one's kind of useless. Then there's the fire extinguisher module, which just gives you a fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher does do 10 damage, but it can also help put out people who are still living and on fire. And then finally, we have the radiation module, which the only thing it has is a Geiger counter. So again, some of these are very, very specific, and that's probably why you don't see them too much. The engineering cyborg actually has a lot of potential. The RCD, they have an experimental RCD, which passively generates its own material. So the engineer cyborg can basically farm infinite materials, because you can like build a window, for example, and then deconstruct it with the tool module, or you could build a wall and deconstruct it. You could place wires and cut them. There's quite a lot you can actually do here. You can even place lights for glass as well. I'm pretty sure placing a light only costs... Yeah, placing a light only costs a single charge. So, and the charges come quick, so you can basically print materials for whoever you want at this point with this. Obviously, it's a little tedious, but this is something you could do. We have the advanced tool module, which gives you access to an omni tool, which is basically all the tools, experimental welding tool, a network configurator, remote signaler, gas analyzer, and a Geiger counter. So the radiation detection module is basically just completely overshadowed if you were an engineered cyborg. And finally, we have the construction cyborg module, which, if you don't have an RCD, this actually lets engineer cyborgs, collect materials, and build. You can get steel, glass, metal rods, and steel tiles. So I could actually go over here, pick up the tile, and fix the floor. Pretty useful stuff. Janitor Cyborg has 3 as well. The advanced cleaning module gives you an advanced mop, which lets you clean pretty much infinitely. Gives you a holographic sign projector, a space cleaner bottle, and a dropper to fill up the space cleaner once you run out. Then we have the normal cleaning module, which is just a mop, a bucket that's empty, and a trash bag, basically everything you need to do janitorial duties. And then light replacer gives you a light replacer comes in pre-installed with some lights, which is really nice, crowbar, and a screwdriver. A defib module, which the defib module is just a defibrillator, and it's technically one-handed for them, but it also doesn't have any battery usage, so it's an infinite use defib, so if the power goes out and you can't charge your batteries, a cyborg will have no issue as long as their battery is charged. A advanced treatment module comes with a health analyzer, 2 small beakers that are, I believe they're indestructible, a larger dropper, and a Borg hypo, so they can manage their own medicines and draw with the dropper, inject in their hypo, basically treat you with any medicine that is available to them. Then there is the diagnosis module. This is just also a health analyzer and a stethoscope. It's pretty much useless. Then there's a treatment module, which comes with topicals. You get 10 bruise packs, 10 ointments, 10 gauze, 10 blood packs, a empty syringe, which can let you treat. You could just go up and syringe a beaker, and a normal dropper. So the treatment module is definitely the best. The advanced treatment module is nice because it comes with the health analyzer, so you kind of need both of those. And defib's obviously really nice too. But yeah, the diagnosis one is, I guess if like it comes with the health analyzer, but you can always just shift click people and examine their health anyway. So like health analyzers really just aren't that important, but it is a way of getting a health analyzer without the advanced treatment, which is a later tech. Salvage Cyborg has 3. There is the appraisal tool, which is literally just for appraising. There's the grappling gun, which is just a grappling gun and a GPS, so it's a slightly better GPS module, but you don't have the map. And then you have the mining module, which drills auto swing and do okay damage, but it's really for mining, but you can mine really fast. This also comes with a shovel, which is actually the best weapon for Borgs. It does 14 damage a swing, so they can hit pretty hard. Comes with an ore bag, obviously for the ore, crowbar, and a handheld radio. Finally, there's the service Borg. We'll start with the clowning module. Comes with a bike horn, clown recorder, and the gilded bike horn to play some music with. Then there is the gardening module, which comes with a hoe, spade, plant clippers, and bucket for all your gardening needs. Then you have the harvesting module, which is a scythe, hatchet, and a plant bag itself, so you can hold quite a lot of crops. This can auto pick up crops, so you can just left click it or left click near an area, so even without hands you can pick up your crops, no issue. And then there is the musique module, which is just 3 different instruments, synthesizer, electric guitar, and a saxophone. You actually can't swing any of these weapons. I thought you could swing the guitar, but you might have to wield it, but I don't think they're capable. And then finally, there's the Service Cyborg module, which is basically for serving drinks or playing some D&D. They have a pen, a book bag, which stores books, a hand labeler, a lighter for lighting cigarettes, a shaker for serving drinks, and they have their own Borg dropper for actually getting the drinks out. So that is all of the normal modules. There's, of course, a Syndicate Assault Cyborg, which costs 65 telecrystals and only available to nuclear operatives. There's the operative module that has a crowbar, EMAG, and pinpointer. The Borg comes pre-installed with these, but they are technically their own modules. There's the energy sword module, which is just a double-bladed energy sword and a pinpointer, of course. And then finally the L6 row cyborg module, which is an L6 saw that's has the accuracy of being wielded, but it slowly recharges its own ammo. So the Borg, playing conservative, will basically have a recharging L6 saw with a double-bladed energy sword. So it's pretty strong, but also it's easy to DPS the Borg if they don't have the double-bladed energy sword out, because they'll have no damage reduction and nothing to reflect. And finally, the last thing I didn't cover is the Weapon Cyborg module, which can be bought by scientists, I think. I don't know who else can buy it. When you give it to a Borg, it'll give them an advanced laser pistol, which is kind of like it's basically an infinite ammo laser gun that recharges. It does a decent bit of damage, and a machete, which is also a very hard-hitting melee weapon. So for 5 telecrystals, you get a pretty decent melee weapon and an infinite ammo hit scan weapon that just needs to recharge. It is very powerful. And as of right now, that is every single module in the game. As you can clearly tell, not all modules are made equal, and their prices aren't made equal. The RCD module is very, very interesting. Basically, being able to print infinite materials over time is pretty strong. I'm kind of shocked I don't see people abusing that more, because it's literally infinite money slash materials. But anyways, hopefully this gives you a better idea of what modules to go for, and what you may have access to if you're one of these Borgs. Thank you for watching.